Okay, now, will this work? Okay, I don't know if it's going to work or not. I'm going to try it again. I don't know why it's not working. Hello? Hello? Oh, there we go. Okay, now that's that. Now, are you hearing double or not? I don't know. Can you hear me? You can hear me talk here. Okay, I see that. But are you hearing it on the YouTube side? Okay, now can you hear me on the YouTube side? That's the question. Let me send you that link, Jesse. Hold on. Invite, copy link. Okay, Jesse, I'm sending you a link, and just in case you are able to be here, and if you get home in time or whatever. All right. Make sure I get the right one here. Got a lot of chats open here. All right, here we go. There we go. There's that one. You can join me if you want. Let me see. I can get Maria. I'll send Maria. Okay, that's the room to enter the chat. I got my new buttons today, guys. Look at this huge thing. I've shared a picture of it on the Facebook. Yeah, take a look at that. That thing huge or what? Alright, so now let's get back over here. Okay, looks like it's working. You guys can hear me just fine over here on Mixler on the microphone. But are you hearing me? Oh, you know what? I'm not on YouTube yet. Well, it says I'm live. I am live. It says in podcast or in broadcast, so I am live. What is YouTube doing? I'm gonna give this crap up because I'm not getting it, and I paid for a whole year, and I can't seem to make it work right. And there's Papa Tom. Hey, Papa Tom, I hear you. But now, can you hear me over on? There's Jesse. Okay, Jesse, come on into the meeting room. Papa Tom, hold on, I'll get you. We'll get. I sent Maria a link, so we'll see if she's awake yet or not. Papa Tom, there's Tom. Okay, I want to just see if this works. But take a look at this thing here. Look how big this thing is. Yeah, and Jesse, I think I sent you the smaller one. Okay. This is a 1.25 inch by 1.25, or like I like to say, 1.25 in diameter. That would make sense, right? And Tom, on that computer, mine is i5, 16 gigabytes of RAM, and a 1 terabyte SSD. Now, I don't know what you got for your hard drive, but mine is a 1 terabyte SSD, which is not your standard. It's the M2 design, so it's the newest design for the hard drive. Don't have to worry about any moving parts on it. The only moving parts is me slamming it to the ground. It doesn't work right. I hope not. paid $700 for that thing, so I hope not. Anyway, um, okay. Now, can you hear? Can you hear it on Mixler as well? Then from the show now, and I won't know that unless somebody gets on here and talks, and then I can see it working. Okay, now, Jesse, you said you had a meeting tonight, so you might not be able to join. But, oh, good on both. Wonderful. Now, if I can only get a guest on here, man, I could, I know Eric is over watching the other show. Let me see here. I'll send him a link anyway. But they can't have this other show running while we're trying to talk. All right, that's the rule. Or if you do, you can have it on another computer and listen on your headphones on that other computer. But just keep that in mind. All right, so now on the 28th we have planned MT Stevens. Now I'm gonna message her and make sure she knows that she still has a date with us here on Earth Radio. I don't mean that to sound weird or nothing, but just saying. Hopefully that she remembers that she has our interview, and I wanted Jesse to kind of talk with her some more because he got to interview her on his podcast, so he already kind of knows her, so that's pretty cool. And so it kind of gives you extra airtime with your guests, and that's what I'm trying to go after, Jesse. And I wish that more people would understand this. That do interviews, a lot of times when they do an interview with somebody, hour and a half, 2 hours maybe, and that's it. And then you don't hear from them for about 6 months, and they're doing their own thing or whatever. And so my goal is to give anybody that wants it, give them the opportunity to, be in another interview with maybe somebody that they know, or whatever. And that's one thing I liked about Carol would always, she'd have a guest on her show on Friday night for an hour, and then of course the hour would go by like real quick. And then I would reach out to the guest and say, "Hey, I saw you with Carol, and how would you like to be on my show?" And of course they want more time, so they said yes, And there's Papa Tom. Hey, Papa Tom, I'm going to add you. In my stream, I like the camera to be optional, but I would prefer it. It's not a set rule, but it's always nice to see the person that's talking. So that's
I'm having a bad hair day. I don't
I
have
don't
to
hear
show
you,
my picture. You don't hear me.
Is your mic on?
Yes, it is.
Okay, I see it's not muted, so is it? Or is it? No, it's not muted.
No.
And I'm not trying to do the two cameras from my end. Oh, you're muted there now. Okay, hold on. Unmute you? Oh wait, you have to unmute it. You have to adjust it yourself. I can't do it.
I did. It's showing that it's talking.
Okay, I'm not hearing you at all. That's weird. Okay, I'm not hearing you. No, I'm just hearing myself. So I don't know. Oh, there's your picture. Now where's your microphone? You can hear me. I know you can hear me.
I got it turned on.
Somehow you're not going through.
All right. I'll have to back out to check my settings, and I'll be back.
Okay, I do not hear you. That's a good camera on that laptop. Is that the laptop you're talking about? That's a good camera. We can hear him, but I can't hear him. Why not? Hold on. loud.
Hmm.
That's okay. Hello. Okay, why can't I hear you? Okay, anybody help? Anybody help? Hello.
Test, test. Test, test, test.
That's up loud. That's working.
Is it? Is it working now?
That's not working.
Oh. Hmm. It's on.
That's
Shows
not
it's
working.
on.
What's going on?
I don't know. Microphone.
Something's not working. Well, crap.
Wow.
Okay, I see the microphone working, but I don't hear it.
Crap.
I don't hear anything. I don't hear the test when I try to do the test. Okay, somebody help me with this. Yeah, but I can't hear anybody talking though. Why not?
Who are you talking to, Ron?
This makes no sense. And nobody wants to help with this problem. So that's why I need to quit crap and
We
I
can't.
just wasted a whole year of payment here.
Ron and his computer problems.
No, but I don't hear them. I do not hear anybody.
Who
It
else
was
is in here besides me?
a problem. Oh, I'm ready to quit. I'm ready to give up.
Let's see.
Heck.
Go to
Okay.
Google.
Yeah, no, I still don't hear anything. What is wrong here? Yeah, no, I still don't hear anything. What is wrong here? It's plugged in. It's working. What is going on here? Hello? Okay, now it's working there.
Hello? Hello, hello, hello. Test, test, test. Well, there's Jesse.
You can't hear Tom, or you can't hear Ron?
I don't know why my sound is not working.
Ron,
Well,
can you
yeah.
hear me?
Turn mine down.
Ron, can you hear me? Ron,
No, he can't hear me either.
Just quit. Just give up. I don't see it working.
Ron, you need to back out and come back in. I
Yeah,
gotta
reboot.
ring him.
What the hell? Okay, wait. Do I have to? Oh, you know what I have to do? Okay, I got it. But now I got the feedback. That ain't gonna work.
That's because
Turn
of
the
me.
volume all the way down.
The feedback's coming from me, probably. Can you hear me, Ron?
I can hear, and I hear.
We can't hear you, Ron. Now we can't hear you.
And I turned his mic off.
Now I got it. Okay, there we go. Now you
All
can hear
right.
me.
We can hear you. Can you hear us now?
I can hear you now.
All
Yeah.
right. We got it.
And I don't think I hear. I don't think I hear feedback unless that's just my ringing in my ears. Yeah, that's the problem. I can't tell what's what. And when you got the tinnitus or tinnitus in your ears, you can't tell if it's the ringing in the headset or if it's your inner ear ringing or what the hell it is. And some people say that's someone trying to talk to you. But all right, so let's just say hello to everybody.
Hello, everybody.
All right, now Jesse, I don't hear you again.
Yeah, I had it on mute, but everybody can hear on YouTube.
Okay, good.
We are good to go.
All right, good deal. You know, I did get a MUFON report from a newsletter. Was it for The international newsletter, or was it
It
Minnesota?
depends. It would say MUFON International.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Hold on. Let me see if I can get that.
Yeah, look at my button. No, it's not a button.
Holy crap!
That's a
That is a
sticker.
button.
Big
Oh.
old sticker. You would have been able to see it better, but Ron's got us in this.
That on the
three-way
back of
here.
your car, and everybody will ask you, "Who the hell is Earth Radio?"
I
Yeah,
got
right.
it on. I got it on each side of my back of the car. One on my gas tank cover,
Yeah,
and
But
one on
Ron,
the
the
other
4
side.
people that live there know who you are.
Yeah, but they don't know and don't care about no radio station or nothing. No. I haven't gotten anybody to really care about it.
Ron, put us in the right thing. So there's 3 actual screens. You can see our full background.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Okay, hold on. Let me see here.
The normal way.
Like
Uh-oh.
that? Like that?
Yeah, there you go. See, you would have been able to see the ERT radio right there.
There you go.
That just makes
Yeah,
it look better.
So I just got these. Well, I just got these buttons today.
Nice. Where are you getting these buttons at, Ron? Because I need to probably do that for mine.
A company called Sticker Mule.
Are they expensive?
I got 50 of those. Of course, that moved right when I tried to grab it. It moved farther away. Isn't that funny?
You said you got 50 for how much?
For $29.95.
Oh.
Now, with those, is that button got a pin in the back of it or something?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's
I got
like
a smaller
hat
one.
button, right?
Here's the little head of the mule.
Okay.
Now, if you order a whole lot, like I did the magnets and the stickers, you order so much of it, they'll give you a free hot sauce bottle of their own hot sauce they make.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so, like when you order, like I had 100 stickers, 50 magnets or whatever, and it was like, I don't know, $60 or whatever. I don't know, it was quite expensive. Those magnets that you got there, that was expensive. So there you go. It's a little drink coaster that
Who's
they have.
got
But
their
they got,
TV
Yeah, I
on
got
in
it.
the background?
That's me because I still got family up. I'm usually here at 10:30, but
Okay.
oh,
All
okay.
right.
I jumped on to try to help you real quick.
Well, thank you for that. I'm glad you did. And you got the sound going. You got everyone
Yeah.
talking. I didn't explode.
Hang on, I'll be right back.
I was
Okay.
close. I was close to exploding. Almost did.
Well, I talked to Maria. She said she was going to go take a nap, and then she
Yeah,
might
that's what she said earlier.
try to get back on with us, but I haven't seen her yet.
I did send her invite just in case, and
Yeah.
she wakes up and sees it and wants to join. She can
Look
join
at that
us.
hat, Ron.
He's had a
My
different hat.
podcast. I just got
There
this
you
for
go.
my birthday.
There you go.
Got my podcast on there, and then got a shirt with the podcast.
Now, what is that movie thing that you had? You had a trailer thing you showed on Earth Radio shows.
That's the documentary I did filming for. That's
Oh,
it's
okay.
gonna be coming out in May or June. Yeah.
On where? Where is it going to come out?
Probably Netflix and hopefully Amazon.
Oh, I got Netflix. Yeah. All right. Cool.
Yeah, they're
see,
still
I
in-
canceled mine.
They're still in the process of filming the documentary. They were
And
here
movies.
Too
probably.
expensive.
They were here about 3 weeks ago, and we did the filming for my part. So they got to film 3 more people and then put it out. So that's just the
How is
trailer of
Oofy
my
doing tonight?
part of my thing.
Oofy's here.
All right, Oofy. I can't see you in chat, but
She's there in chat though.
okay.
And I have the radio side working this time, unlike last week. I didn't have it running. I think I finally figured it out. You said you can hear me on both, so that means we're doing good. And one of you guys talking, let me hear you, see if it works.
Hello.
Yep, it looks like it's
So
working.
that documentary is called In Plain Sight: The Intelligence Community and UFOs.
And I think I left a comment under it. I said, I haven't seen one yet. And he said, you just got to
You
look up
did.
more. Well,
That's right.
I look up in the sky now. They got porch lights out here because these people are so afraid of the dark. You know, they move out here from the city. They're afraid of the dark, and I turn on their porch lights. Why don't you go back to the city if you're afraid of the dark? You know what I mean?
Yep.
If you're afraid of somebody trying to hurt you in the small town area in the country, why are you moving here? You know, go back to the city where they can take care of you.
Put
You
in
know,
infrared cameras at nighttime. Now you can sit and watch your yard all night.
yeah,
Yeah. Right.
yeah. Well, I just don't understand it. I mean, if you're so worried about it, you know, what's the point?
You
I
know,
mean, I
I'd be
moved
more
out.
worried about living in the city than out in the country.
Well, I lived in the city for 17 years from the time I moved up here. I lived in Plymouth and I lived in Minneapolis, all around Minneapolis. Didn't live in St. Paul. I heard that place was crazy, so I didn't live there. But I did live in Minneapolis, which is probably as bad as St. Paul. Maybe not as far as crime numbers are concerned, but you know, it's pretty well in that number of record books, you know, for like carjackings and things like that, you know, just recently. And a lot of that's happening because, well, they're trying to cut back on the police, and they know if they get arrested, they're not going to have to worry about bail. They're just going to get let back out in a couple of weeks or less, you know. And oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do it, and they'll do the same thing again, you know, 90% of the time, you know, whoever the person is. And I'm not talking
Well,
about any color. I'm not saying any color. I'm saying anyone who does a carjacking, they're not going to just stop carjacking. If you can give me anybody that can do that, you know, show me and tell me I'm wrong. You know, odds are you're not going to be able to find anyone that can just stop. You can't find anyone that's going to stop smoking immediately. Most likely. Okay, now there might be a handful of people that can turn it off and not ever smoke again, but in general, you're not going to quit smoking. Okay,
yeah.
you're going to continue smoking. Probably never quit unless you have a health problem that makes you quit. Then that could be a different story. But even then, it's going to be difficult. But
I know
somebody
I
who,
quit smoking 20 years ago. I took the carton of cigarettes and all the ashtrays and threw them in the garbage. I haven't touched
oh,
them
there
since.
you go, there you go.
Boy,
So,
do I have some willpower. Oh, boy.
I was busy looking for that article. You can go ahead and share your story if you have any stories, Jesse, about UFOs recently. If you have any new stuff.
I do have some good news about the project that I'm working on, the BATTECH project, looking
Oh,
into
good.
electrical malfunctions. We're actually working with CUFOS, which is the Center for UFO Studies. They reached out and gave us their research on their electromagnetic cases, and they're allowing us to use the entire file along with our research so we can get the best possible information out to the public, which is really cool. I looked over the file. There's hundreds of cases they have on there, but they also did a lot of the math and statistics for back in that time. So now we can use theirs along with the research that we have done so far and get a better grip on what's going on with the statistics and give you better, more exact information. You know, we're also looking into the fact that they found out that before 1974, diesel engines were not affected by UFO sightings by the technology, but regular engines and trucks were. There was multiple different UFO sightings where tractor trailers were there and the diesel engine would not be affected, but its headlights and radio would. And there'd be another tractor trailer next to it with a regular combustion engine, and that would shut down completely. But then when 1974 came around, they had to do upgrades because of the emissions, and the government wanted the engines updated. And once that update took place, the diesel engines were then affected electrically from the UFO sightings. So I'm trying to figure out what exactly were these original diesel engines made of, and what kind of parts they used, because whatever it was blocking the ability of these UFOs to malfunction the engine. So it's extremely interesting because it's the only thing that I've come across that has not been affected by this phenomenon. But we have to figure out what the change was in the engine. I do have some of that information. I did bunch of research on it to figure out when the changes occurred, and how many changes. They actually had changes in the 70s, 80s, and 90s to these engines. So I got to look through all that and see, because they might be had. Back in the day, everything was made a lot better.
Oh, yeah.
Metal, you know what I mean? My '89 Cadillac Brougham was made of metal. Today, all these cars are made of plastic. It's the same thing with the engine. So they were probably using coils or something like that back then, and then switched it to computer chips for better emissions and
Right.
turbocharging. So I want to figure that out. And if we could figure that out, we can use that technology to stop this from happening during UFO sightings. So, and that's a big
Now,
leap.
what do you think of the current push for electric vehicles? And of course, you know that they won't go as far as a gas vehicle will,
Right.
and you have to stop and plug in and charge up, and you have to have at least probably half a charge to get to your destination. So, how long will it take to charge up halfway? Like, say, if you start with a full charge when you leave, you only go 300, maybe 400 miles, maybe.
Right.
And then you got to wait how many minutes or hours before you can get enough charge where you can go on to your destination.
Yeah.
And
you got to pay for that. People think that just because it's an electric car that you don't have to pay for gas or stuff anymore. You have to pay for that electric.
These people are crazy, aren't they? A little sick.
Yeah.
They were born under a rock. They got to know that electric's got to come from somewhere, a coal plant, a nuclear plant.
Yeah. Right.
You know,
And what I know is I can go to the gas station and I might complain about the price because it's outrageously high due to our current situation. But we don't want to get down that road for right now. But just as an example, I can just open up my gas tank, put the nozzle in there, and pull the trigger and let it go. You know, it'll fill up in 10 minutes maybe, you know, and I'm done, and I can go 400 miles almost, you know, on a tank full of gas, 380, I guess, I don't know, something like that.
Yeah.
And you know, I have a 22-gallon tank, and it gets 17 miles to the gallon. So if you're good at math, go ahead and figure out that mileage.
Around the new Teslas, they can do 300 miles, but they cost $80,000.
Right, and I don't have I have some
No,
money.
who does?
I don't have $80,000. I have $80. Will $80 buy it? I don't think so. I mean, the idea is cool if they can perfect it. Now, my thought is that if you can have, say, if you had a vehicle like my Chevy Traverse that I have, and you had all-wheel drive like I have, imagine if you had some way to increase the solar output where you can use it to run the electric motors on the wheels, okay? And you have the solar power, you know, as long as there's some kind of light, you're going to have a charge, okay? Of course, if it's a bright sunny day in the desert, you're going to have a better charge. You know, and it's going to store the power to charge. Also, if you remember when you had the bicycle light where you put the generator on a wheel and that would light up your lights, correct?
Yep.
You didn't have to worry about any
Nope.
battery or anything running the light. The wheel generator thing would do that. Why couldn't they do that with the same on the electric cars? Make the generator inside the wheel, and then it constantly charges. That makes sense?
Your two back wheels are your drive wheels. It has a large electrical motor that drives the two back wheels, but there's nothing that's saying that the front wheels couldn't be on a generating system back to the batteries.
That's a good idea. Yeah. Okay. Because that would make sense. Because then you wouldn't have to stop and plug in and charge up. You can get to your destination.
Now, I have a question for Jesse here before we get way off the topic. On your UFOs that knock out electronics, on my sighting or our sighting, can you explain why it didn't take out the gasoline engines on all three vehicles, but it took out the closed circuit camera that we had in the one cop car and our two-way radios?
What year is this?
2005. Now the vehicles are probably lower than that. I mean, mine was a brand new Chevy truck. It was a 2005. I think the two cop cars were probably around 2003, something like that. All doing electronic ignitions, I'm sure.
Right.
Because that had to go into effect in '99, I think.
So, I mean, it depends on the parts of the car that they're using for each year. That's what
Yeah.
we're starting to see.
Yeah.
And it also, one of the big questions is, are they doing this purposely, or is it just some type of technology already built into the craft
Well,
that's just
I'm
affecting
thinking
certain
that
tech?
the car industry is so afraid of starlight giving us emissions that'll knock out our power grids. It could be knocking out our cars too. So they could be shielding all the wiring and stuff going into electronic ignitions. So therefore, we're not getting interference from
Yes,
these
correct.
vehicles.
Yep, and we've talked about that too. If we can maybe figure out some kind of box, to shield the
Yeah,
tech.
if it's not
Um,
already.
This way, it bounces off and it doesn't affect our
Yeah.
technology. So, and that's what we're thinking back in the day. With these diesel engines, the casing and everything was all full of a certain kind of metal. You know what I mean? They
Yep.
used,
Yep.
and it depends on how thick it is, how the percentage of how much metal, how much aluminum, whatever it is involved. Which is why we got to figure out what this stuff is with these diesel engines, because that could be the casing that we can put on new cars so that they aren't affected.
See, I have a friend down in Missouri that does these shelters, underground shelters. These, supposed to be doomsday shelter type devices, things, and everything in there is shielded against EM spikes that could possibly hit it and knock everything out of there, the generator and anything else you got electrical running in there.
Yeah, I've seen
Especially
that. It's really cool stuff.
communications would be the big thing.
Yeah.
You want to keep your communications. You want to know what's going on in the world. You don't want to sit in a hole the rest of your life,
Right.
Right.
And up
See,
here
now,
in Minnesota, we do that. We're used to sitting in a hole all our life. Except we get to go out and snow blow once in a while in 20 below weather. But
see, now referring back to your sighting, I had one of the cases that were reported to us from some guy. He had a sighting, and he pulled his car over. His car was not affected. The engine of the car was not affected, but his Sirius XM radio was, and his cell phone was. So it depends on these makes and models and what they're using in these cars, because obviously it affected some of the tech, but didn't affect the vehicle, like in your case as well.
See, I was on the fire department for 30 years down there, and as the assistant fire chief, the car manufacturers came out with shielding on the airbag systems that were coming out. We were finding out when we cut people out of cars and we're sitting right behind them, those airbags can accidentally go off and knock us right out off the car. It even killed one firefighter because they cut into that box. But now they're making those boxes so shielded, and I'm wondering if they're not running a lot of electrical and all that stuff through those boxes. If that isn't
it's a good theory.
Yeah,
for sure. It's something you have to think about. You have to consider it.
That's something we could take to the car manufacturers, but I doubt they're going to release any kind of information like that.
Well, what, being used to spy? Is that what you're saying?
No, they're just competitive of other car manufacturers. Some may be using it, some may not be using it.
Sure.
And hello to Eric.
Yeah,
Hi, Eric.
Hey, guy.
We were talking about these UFOs and how certain UFOs affect different technology. And because we were talking about my project, and Papa Tom was talking about, that there's possibly a casing that can deflect that from happening with certain technology that we have. And if you have that within a car company, I mean, you can have probably one of the safest cars that won't ever be affected by anything, So selling that to a car company, you make all the money there,
Oh, yeah.
But it's
Eric,
a good
Ron said we had to have our cameras on. That's his rule.
Very true. That's true.
Well, I could fire up my my laptop, and why don't I do that? I'll work on it.
Okay.
All right.
Good.
All right.
Right. All the years you and I have talked to each other, I've never seen you. I've only seen this dumb picture.
I've seen Eric a couple of times in real life.
Well, you went out to the East Coast out there, so.
Andy always kept talking to me. He kept telling me, grab the pair of scissors and cut his ponytail off. He kept telling me to do that.
Oh no, Eric, you got a ponytail like Ron. Oh no. Tie you two together.
No, Oopie said.
Hey, I got to get a hat like Jim Mars. God, I'm starting to look like him every day.
I just need to get one of my hats with our
Yeah.
radio on
Yeah.
it. That's all. So,
No, he wears that 40s hat.
oh, okay.
That's his signature thing.
But Oofy said something there to Jesse, if you can read that better than I can.
I can't see her.
You're talking about the. I was just reading everything that was written. I didn't see all this while we were talking.
What is critical is whatever the frequency is.
Yeah, and it's talking about the old diesels that were not affected, probably all mechanical, no electrical components. Yeah, that's what we got to look into to see if that's part of it. And then also, what is critical is the frequencies and modalities of the
There you
offending UFO emissions. Sirius and cell phones implies the frequency of 1 gigahertz. I don't know. So, yeah, it's
Well,
interesting.
see,
This is the stuff that we want to figure out, you know.
Dave Marler and his group came up with is cars produce exhaust out the back end, just
right,
like
yes.
everything else, combustible. So if you have a craft and he's got a different way of propulsion, maybe their exhaust is sound waves on certain links that knock out electronics.
Right. So here was the in 1974 when they upgraded those diesel engines. This is the exact information that I was found is the first important U.S. federal emission standards for heavy-duty on-road engines introduced in 1974, which made them change the engines, and they went from they were done for during acceleration, different peak conditions. Off-road diesel engines technology evolved slowly through that time, and the increase was in power density, gradual weight reduction, turbocharging, and cool air intake. So all that got changed, and what those new parts did, made it more accessible to be.
See, we had a little trucking strike back in the 70s over this. You're too young to remember that, but there was a trucker strike. They didn't want to switch all these trucks over so they could cut emissions. The truck drivers just wanted to run these things wide open and blow the black smoke all the way any old way they wanted to. And our emission standards said, no, you can't do that anymore.
Yeah,
I remember in California when they locked down basically Highway 5 and all the truckers got together, and you didn't want to mess with them in the
well, they're doing the same thing in Canada right now.
Yeah. And then
but I see on the news that some of them are getting arrested now.
Oh no.
Yes, they are. The governor put in the judges from the city put in new laws, so they're actually going out there and citing them, giving them all tickets. They're not allowed to honk their horns anymore, or they will get arrested. So now they're finding other ways to make noise and chanting. It's just a whole messy situation up there.
Well, the whole thing is, I know these guys have got a point. They don't want to come into this country and have to get vaccinated to come in here. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I understand the argument. However, you're not just hurting truckers. You're hurting everybody by doing that, shutting down the nation. Everything's going to go skyrocket, and if it doesn't go skyrocket, it's because it's not on the shelf.
Now, did you see your Facebook message I sent you about the MUFON news?
No.
Hannah Trimble.
Are you talking about me or?
Oh. Yeah, Jesse. Yeah. Hannah Trimble is the I guess an international boss now for MUFON. I don't know.
I'm gonna look right now.
Yeah. I didn't know enough about it to talk about it. I know you might know a little bit.
Okay, yeah, she's going to be one of the speakers.
Who is in charge of the STAR team now?
I don't know that, actually. I have no idea. I know some of the people that are on the STAR team, but I don't know who's exactly in charge of it.
Because Chase McCluskey had it for a while.
Yeah, I know she's not a part of MUFON anymore.
Yeah, I know. I don't know what happened there, but
yeah, she didn't like some of the stuff.
She was good people. I worked with her closely.
Oh yeah, she was great, excellent. I love everything
she
about
had
her.
Lung cancer.
Yeah, some health
Chase
problems.
did?
I did hear about that.
Yeah, I was told she had lung cancer and then backed up by someone else. Yeah, but I mean, she looked fine to me at the symposium that year.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, she did me too. The year I met with her and her husband, um, and, and all of a sudden she just disappeared. I mean, she got off Facebook, she got off everything.
Yeah. I think she'll have her anger spells, you know. I remember back she was doing a show on KGRA. She was doing a show. It's something
Black
magazine,
something.
and she got all pissed off that people in chat were talking about everything but what she was talking about, which I
Oh
can
no.
understand. You know,
Yeah.
it's but she went off about it, and so I knew she could get angry at times.
Oh yeah, she had a temper. I saw that a couple times, especially if she'd had a few drinks.
She fixed a time glitch incredible time glitch in CMS that I could not believe. I tried to get the guy before her. I can't think of what is it. Steve Hudgens.
Oh yeah.
I tried to get him to fix it, and at first I had to have him understand, and it took a lot of work, right? Then a year or so later, now it's her, and it took like a 30-second call to her. She made a 1 minute call to someone else, and bam, it was fixed within 1 minute. You know,
Hmm.
it was an unbelievable. Believe it or not, you could not enter a time in. You could not enter your um, time. What do you call it? Your you could not. I can't- You could not say is someone cleaning or something.
No, that's Jesse. He's making all kinds of noise.
Okay. I thought it was so I couldn't talk. But anyway, you could not report a UFO between midnight and 1 in the morning. You couldn't do it. If you look back on all, you will see that there was no UFO reports between midnight and 1 a.m.
So
So
Was
then,
that
what
Steve
happened if you
doing that?
saw one?
if
Was
you
that
saw
Steve
one,
Hodges doing that?
you settle for either midnight or actually you put it in when you make filling out your form. You put it in, and then it would just go to either 1 or it would go to midnight. It would not go to the right.
Hmm.
And so I was like, okay, this has been going on for 20 years. I'm looking at CMS. This is pathetic. And when I told, and then when she had it fixed, I could tell she didn't even really she couldn't even really get a grasp about how it wasn't like that to her. She just had it done, bam, and didn't really look at it. But it's just something profound that I caught in the CMS.
Well, didn't Steve Hodges, wasn't he in charge of the Star Team for a while too?
I don't know Steve Hodges. Steve
He's a good
Hodges.
friend of mine, and
Oh
I
yeah.
thought he said he was. So
Oh okay.
I
Yeah,
don't know.
maybe. I don't know. I should get involved in that because when I have an entity case, and it might be I'm from the meeting us state directors had the other night. I kind of gathered that what I do is wrong. I take it up with the person. I record an interview and everything, whereas I'm supposed to just hand it off to ERT.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
So
aren't you a field investigator?
I am. No, you're supposed to hand it off to an experiential research team member. They're supposed to handle it.
Yeah, but you're
Uh,
supposed to be able to tell whether you really have something
oh,
there,
true.
or you got something fraudulent going on, or
Yeah.
something like that, and then hand it over to the Star Team and let them investigate. Yeah, I understand that.
Yeah. It's funny though that I really should become part of the team because I think I probably do better than any of them do.
Well, you probably would. You've got law enforcement background, don't you?
No.
No.
Just my ability to communicate and caring for people. My empathetic nature. I'm just really good at it.
So you're telling me you got a good nature?
Not that you've seen. Yeah, you're great, John.
Yeah, he puts a good scene on here. Yeah. So,
Is that why you were mad at me for 3 years? I didn't know.
oh,
I was afraid that you were mad at me.
No.
My,
See, I was new to these computers when you and I started way back on Bill's stuff, and we were new to that. And some
yeah.
of these acronyms, I was thinking you were saying one thing, and you were saying laughing my fucking ass off, and I
Oh,
thought you were saying something else, and I went, "Yeah, okay, bud. So much for you."
oh no, I would have been, I would have, yeah. Believe me, I wouldn't touch it. I was just like, oh man, I just felt bad. No, I was like, oh,
Oh,
um,
no.
yeah, it is easy to get things mixed up when you read it out of turn or you're not paying attention to what the person's actually talking about.
No,
Or you
when you
get
get
in the middle
old,
of the
you don't
conversation.
follow these acronyms these kids use in
Yeah.
the texting today.
I,
And Venus drives me crazy when she does that.
I,
Because I'm
literally,
thinking, okay, I know how to spell that word, Venus, and that's not how you do it.
I literally had drank a whole bottle of Jack Daniels and then started going off on Republicans in chat, and
Oh,
and
don't go
Tom
off too
steps
far.
in.
There's a couple of us here.
Yeah.
Tom steps in and says, "Well, you feel that way about me? I'm a Republican." And I'm like, "Yeah."
Yeah.
No, I've gotten a little bit more flexible with what I think everyone has the right to believe what they want to believe
Yep.
and express how they want to express it. And if we
Mhm.
cannot discuss things and enjoy the conversation, then don't even
Yeah.
bother talking about it.
It's not
Yeah.
bothering me.
That is right.
Yeah.
Absolutely right.
And hopefully we can. A good friend of mine says, hopefully we can agree to disagree, and then just move on down the road, you know, or we can still be friends, and we can learn how to respect each other, and maybe learn. See, the whole point of what I'm talking about is we should listen to everyone.
The intolerance.
Yeah. Yeah, and then for as we listen to them, we can actually learn where that point of view is coming from. Whether we agree with it or not, that makes no difference.
Mhm.
What makes a difference is we respect and we listen and we pay attention to what they're saying, and we say in our own mind, we can say that doesn't sound right, you know, but we don't have to argue about it. Okay.
Mm.
And so, you know, I don't agree with the people that are thinking about flat Earth. You know.
Oh, God.
Well, I mean, everybody's opinionated, Ron. It's just how
Yeah.
hard can you bite your tongue?
I
Yeah.
had a field investigator who was a flat earther, believe it or not. Yeah.
Really?
Oh yeah.
He don't believe in flat Earth?
he couldn't get anything straight. I mean, we're on a case. We went out on site, and he's telling me that the moon can go from west to east, and I'm like, was it Paul? I was like, I'm sorry, no, the moon doesn't go from west to east. It always goes from east to west. And
Yep.
stuff.
Well, actually, the moon does rise in the west, and it sets in the east, and it's at the beginning of its cycle.
The moon rises in the west.
It starts the cycle. Look at the cycle every time the moon is new.
Now hold on. Are you talking about a full moon or something?
No, you look at the new moon.
Here we go.
So you got a 3-day-old moon. It's in the west. That means it rises in the west.
A moon rising in the west.
Yeah, and it goes backwards to the east. That's how it orbits the Earth.
Oh, I thought it
The
went from
sun
north to south.
rises in the east.
There's a couple different things I think, Ron, going on.
No, look at it. Look it online. You can
Okay, Ron. What you're saying to me then is that the moon is traveling around us faster than we spin. That's the only way that could happen.
No, I'm not saying that. I don't have a clear sky, so I can't go
The
out there.
moon has to follow our orbit. That's what drags the moon around in a circle, is our orbit from the electronic or from the gravity pull on
all
it.
you have to do is get a moon calendar.
Yeah.
Get a moon cycle calendar.
Yeah.
Or lunar cycle calendar.
Yeah.
You look at the rising and the setting of the moon from the beginning of the cycle to the end of the cycle.
Ron, I'm going to hold you to this. Let me get it straight. All right. I don't want to have to record this, but Ron, you're
Well,
saying,
it's recording already.
Ron, you're telling me that the moon rises in the west.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
And I had an argument with this a long time ago.
Okay. Okay.
Well, now I'm a flat earther, and it comes up from the south
Hmm.
here.
You're in Fargo though, Tom.
Yeah, well, that's true.
You don't count. You're in a weird place
We're
anyway.
in a different.
You even got a movie about you.
We're like
So
California. We're a different continent altogether.
you got a movie about yourself up there, so you don't
Yeah.
count.
Yeah. First time I saw that, I shut it off. I said, "That is so stupid."
Yeah. Okay, so let me see if I can find something here. I'll try to mute the sound as I'm looking at this. It's gonna be irritating. Okay.
Hey,
Okay.
Eric, do you know
Animation,
what
there you
happened to Paul and Keith? How come those two aren't showing their moon shots anymore? I don't know. Maybe you don't even know about them.
Hold on 1 second.
Okay, here's one that doesn't really show what. That's more confusing. Okay, okay. Well, that's a good diagram now. Okay, let's look at that one. I'm gonna.
What was the question, Tom?
Well, maybe Ron would know about this because he's more into.
I
astrology
haven't
and
heard anything going on. I seen.
No, I
Keith-
know they shut down their site though. I was just wondering if something was going, the equipment down, problems, or. I
don't
really
know.
enjoy watching them look at the moon every night.
Well, I know Paul was in what, Florida somewhere,
Yeah,
and
and Keith is up in Pennsylvania area somewhere, I think, or in the northern part of the East Coast.
okay, now let me see
And
that.
he was
point.
on with Mark the other night, and I didn't. He was co-hosting with him, and I didn't get a chance to jump in there and ask him what was going on. I really didn't think it was any of my business, but I was just curious if somebody knew anything about it, if they were going to come back or what.
Okay. Yeah. So when you look at a new moon cycle, you see the 3-day-old moon. It's setting.
Hold on. What is a new moon cycle? It's something I've never really gotten down. What's a new moon? What do you mean new moon cycle?
When you have when the first time you see the moon reflection, the light of the moon, it's like a 3-day-old moon.
All right.
Just a fingernail sliver.
Okay. Oh, okay.
That's your beginning of the
That's
month.
the start of the cycle.
That's actually
And then
3 days old. But okay, so it's actually 3 days old when we can see that little bit of light on the moon. Now, when you see that, that is in the western sky at sunset, and then it goes down and it's gone for the whole night.
Where does it go?
It sets.
Wait a minute. You first.
And then the next night, it's up, and it's lit up more because it's higher in the sky, and it's farther back, 15 degrees or so each night. Okay? It travels 15 degrees in the sky every day, or close to that. Now, you should know that if you study astronomy. I haven't really studied astronomy very close, but I have studied the moon. Okay, so I do know that. Now, you can ask Keith if you want.
All right. Are you telling me that the moon comes up in the west and then goes back down in the west?
That's why people get it wrong, because they assume it's the other way, like the sun. The sun rises in the east because the earth spins on its axis to the east. The sun would rise in somewhere else if we spun to the west. But no, we spin to the east. That's why the sun rises.
Well, the moon does have a night cycle and a day cycle. I mean, there's times that you have moonless nights and days.
Right. But if you look at the moon, okay, if you look at the moon each night, you will notice from where you are, from your viewpoint. Remember, we're really big on angles and everything, Eric, and we had this figured out before with the rooftop, okay? let's get this figured out with the moon. If you
Yep.
look at the moon at the beginning of, you can do it during the month too, but if you look at it really at the beginning of the cycle, when it rises in the first part of the month, say like or the last part of the, like the 28th of this month, or the beginning of next month. Okay, that'll be the moon lunar cycle. Okay, I'd have to get an actual calendar to see the dates, but if you look at the beginning of the lunar cycle, which will be about the first or second of March, okay,
Yep.
first, second, or third of March will be the beginning of the lunar cycle. You'll see it in the west, low in the west. If you see it at all, if it's low in the west early, then you probably won't see it till it'll set before you can even see it. And then the next night it'll be up higher. It'll be up 15 degrees higher every single night. Okay, now I might not have that degree number exactly correct, but you can definitely look at that and find out if what I'm saying is not correct.
Okay.
Okay.
I ran the question, does the moon rise in the west? And one of the answers down here, does the moon rise? It begins, let's see, not that one. Okay.
Well, for where I sit at, my house, the back of my house sits straight east according to the compass,
Mhm.
and that's the side that the moon comes up on
But
every night,
it does, Tom. I don't
and
know.
it goes
Now,
east to west.
What's ugly is not only will I show him he's wrong, but he is really like getting upset, and just and
Not
and,
Well,
really.
he's
No,
a flat earther. You know he's right.
and I'm
I
gonna
am not
put
a flat
him wrong.
earther.
And this is all gonna happen on another issue later on. He's gonna get snotty about it, and
Yeah.
then he's not.
Yeah.
He won't apologize. He will barely even look at the fact that he made a mistake and just move on.
I'm looking at the evidence right here on YouTube about the
Your
different.
eyes turn green and purple. Okay, I'm not going to listen to you right now about what you're saying, Ron, because you're wrong. And I'll just read a little comment here, and that is: the moon rises in the east and sets in the west every day, just like the sun. Okay, you've got it wrong. You're not only getting it wrong, but you're getting snotty about it. And it's not about
How am
just
I getting?
time. You're
how am
going
I
to
getting
do it
snotty?
again, and you won't. You probably won't apologize. You won't even be fair with yourself about dealing with these mistakes you make. And you gotta fix yourself, Ron. I'm just telling you, you need to fix this.
Fix it, Ron. Stop
Well,
looking
I can show
for
you
the.
if you don't want to believe the facts that are on YouTube all over the place here.
Whatever, Ron. Whatever.
Well, I'm just telling you, you're the one that's close that don't want to talk to what I'm saying or
You're
even
wrong.
listen to what I'm saying. Just like I said, we
Wrong.
gotta listen.
Ron, you're wrong. You have some idea about it that's confusing you. You believe.
Okay, let's get Mark. Mark knows the answer. Get Mark over here. Get Mark over here right now. Then prove me wrong. Get Mark on this channel right now. Get him over here, and we'll talk to him. And I'll bet you $100 right now. The moon rises in the west.
It doesn't
Okay.
matter.
The beginning of the lunar cycle is in the west.
Just like my guy, who I was telling you is a flat earther, the reason he thought the moon goes from west to east is because when we saw this eclipse, it was viewable in the west and then slowly became viewable through the country and then could be seen in Florida in the end. And because that eclipse was visual in that process, he concluded that the moon goes from the west to the east. And I said, Paul, no, I'm sorry, you're wrong. And then when he filed a complaint,
Okay, I can show you proof. Can you show me proof that you're saying?
Jesse, come back before they start throwing things at each other.
Show me proof of what you're saying, how it rises in the east at the beginning of the lunar cycle. You cannot. It rises in the west at the lunar cycle with the 3-day-old moon.
I don't even need to show you proof, Ron. It just lets
You won't show me proof because you can't. I can show you proof what I'm talking about.
You can show me proof of what's confusing you. Yes.
No, I can show you a video right here that talks about the moon phases. Actually, I'll get
Okay,
it.
okay. Put it on and I'll show you. I'll
give
show
you a
you
link.
where you're wrong.
I'll give you a link to it. You can go.
Okay.
Wait, we don't want to
Why
listen to
why
that.
don't we
Hold
do
on.
it after this? Well, let's just boom. We'll do it after. But like I said, Ron, I'm not going to let you just go boom, close the book on it once you find out you're wrong.
But I'm not wrong, and don't tell me that I'm wrong when
You are wrong. You
when
are
I've got-
wrong.
No, I'm not.
Just like the time you told me which way the water goes down the toilet, you were getting the same way about that happening.
You were never in Australia, were you? I was. Okay,
You
I was
were,
in Australia.
and you're the one that had it wrong.
No, I saw the
You
water.
don't remember that, do you? You don't remember having it wrong, do you?
I
You don't
didn't.
remember that.
I said that the water was going counterclockwise in Australia.
You shut the door instead of learning and reading.
In the southern hemisphere, because the magnetic force is different.
Well,
water
I agree
flows.
with you, Ron. That's what I was always told, that down in Australia, the water goes the opposite direction it does up here.
I know.
No, it goes the same way.
No, it does
I don't know.
not.
I've never lived in Australia, so I don't know.
I was there, Eric. I was there in
Oh my God!
1961.
And Ron, okay, Ron. The point being, one of the most important point
Look
being,
at that video
Ron,
I just posted.
is that with this thing with the moon, when you find out you're wrong, you're gonna shut the door and you're not gonna pay attention to the fact that you made a mistake, and you're gonna make it again and again and again.
No, I'm
Okay,
not.
no button for you now.
Does my link even show up there? Yeah, it does. Yeah, there
you're
is.
on.
Yeah, now it does rise. And
Roughly
Jesse, now you know that. You're an astronomer. You can tell us.
I am not an astronomer. I do not have a degree in
Yeah.
astronomy, and I'm just starting to get into it and learn about it. I don't. What was the original question? Where the sun rises and where the
No, the moon. When does the lunar cycle start? And
Ron is falling for the same thing that my my flat Earth guy, field investigator, fell for. The same shit. And
I'm not a flat earther though, so
it's surprising. I think if you were told that by the right people, you would be.
no, I've been on the other side of the earth, so I know better.
Yeah.
So that's different. See, I have done some traveling, so I do know
But
different.
isn't that funny that we went through this on the
Well, look at
toilet
that
thing
video
with-
there. I posted that video link. Look at
and
that video link, Eric.
once you saw
Yeah.
that you were wrong, you have a
I'm
switch
not wrong
in
though.
your head that you switch.
The water
and
is not
the-
wrong. The water is going
You
counterclockwise in Australia.
can't deal with being wrong, can you, Ron? You can't deal
The
with
water
being wrong.
goes counterclockwise in the drain because it is the southern hemisphere. The pole is the southern pole, not the North Pole. The North
Now,
Pole is North Pole.
All rivers in the
Water
United States flow
flows
south.
You know what? I think a toilet can actually have it go down either way. But the thing the original reason I got into that was
Look at the video I put on chat, though, Eric. That will explain the lunar cycle from day 1 to the day 30 or day 28.
Ron, the lunar cycle
Look at-
has to do with the crescent of the moon, right? How much light you see, right?
And that would be
Does it or does it not?
from the time it rises to the time it sets. And that's what we're talking about. It rises in the west and sets in the east at the end of
Does
the
not
cycle.
rise in the west, Ron. The sun. No, you're reading it wrong. You're not
Look at the
understanding.
video. Look at the video, would you?
I will, and then I'll come back and try and get it straight with you.
Look at it right now. It's right there in
Where-
chat. You can look at
Where's
it.
the link? Where's the link?
It's in the chat on the side, on the right side.
I see my comment backstage. Hold on, probably get a click on it, maybe.
If
No.
you look on the comments, I have the comments on, so it should be good for everyone.
Let me go there.
Again, we don't have to agree. We don't have to agree with anything, but we do have to figure this out. And if you want to get Mark in there, he's the astronomer.
I would love it if you, I'm not going to bother him a lot.
All right, so you're saying that this moon rises in the west?
He's
The
saying
new moon is in the west. 3-day-old moon is in the west, and it sets about 45 minutes to an hour after sunset.
The lunar cycle has to do with the crescent and the lighting of the moon, Ron. It doesn't have to
Correct.
do. Okay.
So listen, everything rises in the east and sets in the west. It's the way the whole cycle of the earth goes. So, and at that time that you're talking about, Ron, it says right here, in the day or so after the new moon, a slim smile of the moon, a wax crescent, appears in the west shortly after sunset.
There you go.
It's a setting moon. As Earth spins under the sky, all objects rise in the east and set in the west. But during that time, it does say, appears in the west shortly after sunset. So it appears as if it's rising from the west, but it's really just the way the sunlight is reflecting and the way that at that moment.
Oh, here we go.
The way the sunlight hits it.
Well, the thing is with the moon, it's being drug around in a orbital pattern from our planet.
Yep.
And it has to follow what our planet is doing, and that's spinning. So if it spins, if the planet was going the other way, it would be coming up in, the opposite direction, but it's not.
So that's that.
All right.
Let's start a new conversation.
3 against
I'm about
1.
to go
You're
soon.
outvoted. Get off.
I'm about to. I'm tired. I'm very tired. I think I'm going to actually get ready and get going.
Oh, you are.
Call it a night.
You ready?
Oh, no.
Yeah.
No, you're not going to leave me with these 2 guys, are
Oh
you?
yeah. You have to moderate. Yeah, no, I'm really tired. I've been going. And I came back from another meeting before this, and then I had an hour Zoom meeting with my team, and then before that I had an interview at ERT witness, and I've been nonstop going all day.
See, you know what you need, Jess? Is you need one of like Ron's model sitting on your desk when you're doing these interviews. They can sit there and spin in circles and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
That might be pretty cool. We'll have to maybe talk about that.
Yeah, you
Figure
know how to
something
reach
out.
me.
Yeah, absolutely. That's actually, I wanted to, we talked about this 2 weeks ago. I wanted to reach out to you, but I forgot about it. So I'm writing it and making a note right now.
I'm easy to forget about. I mean, I don't have anything to bring to the table.
It's not that you're easy to forget about. It's I got so much shit going on. I can't even remember everything that I got to do.
That's why I need one of them 40 style hats so I can look like Jim Mars and everybody will go, oh my God, I know who you are.
That's probably the hat that I've been wearing. I'm wearing a hat now instead of the bandana. And I'm wearing the black hat I wore as a Men in Black and
Yeah.
And I wore it like 2 days ago for the first time, at the store and stuff. And one woman at the end of the day, oh, you pulled off the hat well, it looked great. That's all. Thank you.
What is it, a 40 style black?
Yeah, it's like
black hat?
I guess you call it a fedora, but it's really a short brim fedora. The brim doesn't come out that far.
Well, my dad and everybody used to wear those back in the 40s and the 50s, early 50s.
Yep.
And all of a sudden, hats disappeared.
Yeah, it's amazing looking in pictures and seeing everybody wear hats.
All right, guys. Well, I'm about to head out for the night. It was good to talk to you. I'll be back next week for a full episode. Absolutely. Good to see you all.
Yep.
And I'll see you next week. Have a good night.
Okay, thank you.
Yep. Bye-bye.
Stay longer next time.
I will. Today was just a long day. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
All right, good night. Well, Thomas.
All right.
Thomas,
now, Eric, you got to turn your camera on.
Oh no! I was gonna say that's a no-go. I realized a few seconds after I said that. Like a couple months ago, I was trying to log on Skype on the laptop, and it almost put me in the mental institution. It was so bad. So I'll get it.
Doing another Ron meltdown, huh?
Yeah.
I'm going to quit this crap. I'm going to quit this crap.
We're trying. We're trying. We're trying to fry everybody here. We almost got it. We almost got it, Eric. We're doing good. We only got a couple hours to go, Eric. Let's go. Come on.
Yeah. Yeah, because
No.
old man Papa Tom's going to be out of here myself pretty soon.
Oh no.
Yeah, oh no.
All right. Well, we'll be sure to cite. I shared a site in here in the chat, and you can look at those at your leisure, as they say, or at your leisure.
We need to get Uffy in here.
Yeah, she don't talk. She would have to use sign language.
Yeah.
Oh.
She doesn't. So look at that, and then you tell me what you think. We can also, like I said, we can ask Mark and see what he says.
Mm-hmm.
I do know that I was always taught that the moon orbits west to east, and we had arguments about that a long time.
Oh no, west to east, no orbits, no, moon never orbits.
Hey Ron, who is that retired deputy sheriff down there in Arizona? The gal that donated some money to your organization.
Oh, you mean the police officer in Nevada? Yeah, Marianne Cobb.
Marianne, yeah. I'm just wondering if she couldn't jump on here some Friday night. She's very interesting to listen to.
Yeah.
If she's not out on the lake somewhere fishing.
Well, she bought that new boat. And
that's right. She is retired.
Pay for that thing in the amount of fish that you buy or get.
That's right.
I go to Costco and I can get 6 pounds of it for $1.
Hey, Ramon is on. Ramon won from where's that? Texas, I believe, or Texas or Arizona? No, Texas, I think. Yeah. Hey, Ramon, how you doing?
Now, Uffy asked if I was the one from Texas or something that was sucked up into a UFO, and I said, no, that's not me. Never been inside a UFO before. I saw one, but I never got invited to go in.
Thank you, Ramon, for that birthday wish. He's a good friend of ours in Texas. That's right, and he has helped us out here at Earth Radio. So, he's a farmer. I can't remember what he does. So I guess he has alfalfa farm and stuff like that. So he has a busy season most of the time. Never get to talk to him very much. So good to see him on
the alfalfa up here, they turn into silage.
Yeah.
Just to refeed the cattle.
Yeah.
Well, guys, I gotta take off.
All right, Eric. Don't be mad at me though. Don't be mad at me.
No, not at all.
All right, I love you, man. I mean it.
Good night, buddy.
Don't hate me. I won't hate you, and we'll just love to argue when we get together. And we'll figure it out.
That's all good.
All right. So
we'll agree to disagree. That's
right. So have a great night. Don't stay up all night worried about it. Just relax, and if you got time to look at those websites that we posted in chat, or we shared in chat, or I can find some other stuff, and I won't be obnoxious. I'll just share it with you. You can take your time and look at it when you can.
Okay.
And hopefully you can. Hopefully we can figure it out, and we can actually understand what we're talking about. Not to prove anyone right or wrong, it's to get an understanding of what we're both trying to understand. You know. All right. So, friends as always, and just have a great night and enjoy the day tomorrow. Hopefully, have nice weather tomorrow.
Yeah. All right. Take care, guys.
All right.
All right. Well, I guess everyone's falling asleep on us, Tom. What do you think? We're the only ones staying awake tonight.
Yeah, it looks like it. And like I said, I'm not a very interesting banana to peel.
Well, Ramon says east to west as well, so I guess I'm outnumbered.
Well, if you take a compass, now this is the way I always have done the stars and stuff, and your house is in a certain direction, you just stand in the center of your house, and it'll tell you what is north, south, east, and west. So if you go outside and you see the moon coming up, put the compass to the north, and if it's coming up on the right side, it's going to be coming up on the west, and it's going to go down in the east. Right?
If you're
But
if the north
it,
is looking, okay, my north is looking out the back.
but see, my
All right.
north or my east is to the back of the house, so that's the side the moon comes up is on the east.
Mm.
It goes to the west.
Well, if you can look at those websites that we got on there
Yeah, if I can see them, what do you got? Where you got them on?
on the chat
You keep
on the
saying
right
chat. Is that on your
on the
YouTube chat?
YouTube chat. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I don't even have that on, so I'll take a look at them
Okay.
later.
Oh, you're just
Yeah,
in the main room. Okay.
yeah, yeah. Because that's too
Well,
confusing for me. I'm too old.
yeah, you should be able to see the chat though. But anyway,
Well,
Ufi had posted let me see if we can get that. I can scroll up here. Ufi actually helped out with the website as well. Um, one right before I posted one, and there's oh,
sorry, I
got
had
it.
to answer my wife. She was on texting here.
Okay.
I don't have a table in front of me, so I got to hold this dumb laptop. So
Oh no,
everybody out there in YouTube, I'm sorry this thing's bouncing around.
that's okay.
If there's anybody left in YouTube other than Afi and who else did you say was there?
My friend Ramon from Texas, I believe,
Uh,
or wait, did you see
yep.
Arizona? Arizona, yeah. I get it.
Steve Hodges, he would be
Uh,
interesting, but I'll have to talk to him and see if he'd be interested to come on some night.
yeah.
He's
Uh,
also from Texas.
oh yeah. Arizona, actually, I think he said. Yeah, I had it mixed up.
Oh, Arizona.
Yeah,
Okay.
but that's where I'm thinking about going eventually. Get out of this snow. You can keep it.
Well, my folks live down there in Arizona, and I visited that quite often down in Apache Junction. Every time I get down there, it was so dry, I'd get nosebleeds. So I'd have to be inside a
Oh,
humidified air or something. That desert air is just so dry. I know it'd be good for my arthritis, but it just drives my sinuses crazy.
now for some reason I do not see. I know I showed it on the screen before, which he put up there. I wanted to share her comment, not mine. Oh, there it is. Okay. Okay, show that. Now you can see. Oh wait, no, that's not right. Hold on. I had that one. Okay, one more. Up, one more. There
Who
we
is
go.
going to find this episode?
There you go. There you go. If you can read
Oh,
that,
okay. I see it now. But
you can copy.
I'm not going to click on that because it'll take me somewhere I don't
No,
want to
but
go right now.
you can do a screenshot of it on your laptop. Hit print screen on the
Yeah.
right hand side up above your number pad. There's a little thing that says print screen, or maybe,
I
or
got number lock. I don't have any print screen.
okay, on maybe on your F numbers up on top.
Oh,
There's
wait a
a
minute. Here it is. Yeah, it
print
says print.
screen. Okay, if you don't have a printer set up to it, you just hit that. Then you can copy it, and it goes to your clipboard. It saves to your clipboard. Then you can go to your clipboard and open it up if you have some place to put it. Notepad or
Okay,
whatever.
it's
All right,
done. It's saved on
all right.
my
There you go.
screenshot.
All right, good deal.
See? See, I don't know anything about computers either,
Well,
bud.
I'll help you out. And that you sound like that's the same type I'm getting. The same. Is that an HP?
This is, yes.
Okay. Is
Yep.
it a 15-inch screen?
Yep. Yep.
Okay. Or 15.6, whatever.
Yeah,
And
something like that.
and it do you remember
Actually, I
what
got
the
this
size?
at Best Buy for about $180.
Oh wow. Yeah. What is the hard drive? Do you know?
I don't know.
Okay.
What is a hard drive?
That's where your main storage.
Oh, okay. I know I upgraded because my other computer ran out of storage. I couldn't even get online anymore.
Do you have a 512 or do you have a 256, or that would be your main storage?
I don't know.
So if you
I'd
go to
have to
your
look on the back of this and
well, you can also go on your taskbar there. You see where the Windows thing is, where you click
on the
that
left
Windows.
side, yeah. Okay.
and a list opens up, and you can look for my PC or system information or something like that. Either way, and what you can do on that is that it will tell you what your storage amount is. If you go to my PC and then you open up a window, and it will show you your drives that you have connected. So, like your main hard drive, and then you can right click that. It'll tell you how much it is.
I'm sure it's here, but I'm not seeing it. I see
Okay.
settings. I
Okay.
got settings on here, but I don't have.
In that line where you can type in the search bar on your taskbar, you should see an open window there where you can type in the word system info, SYSTEMINFO, system info.
Okay, let's see what that does.
And then when that opens up, it'll open up a link that you can click on, and it'll open up a window that shows you everything about your computer.
Hard drive resource.
Yeah. Say an amount, like how big?
Oh, I got to open it first. Let's see. Sharing DMA, forced
We can bring it
hardware,
back with us.
memory. Here we go.
There you go.
Okay. It just has a whole bunch of files in there. Doesn't tell me how much.
Doesn't say how much space?
No.
That's weird. You're using Windows 11 or Windows 10?
Oh, I didn't know there was different numbers.
Yeah, Windows 11 is the new one. Windows 10 Pro was the latest one for that.
I have no idea. I think this is 11. They upgraded it to Windows 11 or something.
118 degrees today? Are you kidding me?
Where?
And where Ramon is.
Oh. Jeez.
He's on YouTube.
I'd rather have the cold other than have 118 degrees.
Well, I don't like the cold though. I've been here.
Well, I don't either.
21 years. I'm tired of it.
And I grew up here, and then I left when I went into the military, and didn't come back for 46 years. So.
Yeah. Well, what I'm thinking of is. Oh, now see, Ramon does agree with me on the water direction. He said water does turn opposite down.
I agreed with you on that.
On the southern hemisphere.
I saw a documentation on Discovery Channel on it.
I need a planogram. Where am I going to get that at, Oofy? A planogram that shows the orbits of everything. So I'm trying to figure out if it rises in the east, though. I mean, be honest now. Why is it getting higher in the sky from the west?
Well, because the moon moves away by 5 inches a year. Did you know that?
Yeah. I don't know if that has anything.
5 inches, something like that.
Yeah, that doesn't have anything to do with the orbit around the Earth.
It'll slow it down, though. The further out it gets, the slower the moon will get orbiting the Earth.
But when I look at it, okay, let's think about this. So if you look at, don't go to that link yet. But if you're frustrated with trying to figure out what your system is, you can look at it later. But come on back to the conversation. But if you want to,
I'm back.
When you look at the, I see you. Yeah, I didn't want to get you lost in the system settings or anything.
Oh, no.
If you look at now, I can't look at the moon because it's cloudy, so I don't have a sky right now. I got clouds, probably rain, possibly snow.
Out, all we got was more snow.
Yeah, exactly. So we don't have any clear skies here. But
we're sure getting some sun dogs, actually sun circles. You know what a sun circle is?
Yeah, all the way around. Yeah,
yep.
I saw that.
We're getting some of those up here.
Yeah. Now I saw one. I took a picture of it with my fancy phone.
Now that's frozen ice crystals and the wind. When we have a blizzard, we get those.
I saw one. What was that? Back in November, was it, when it was a warm morning? It was actually warm.
If we get ice crystals in the atmosphere, you can see them.
And sun dog. Hey, Kevin, how you doing? Kevin Hales here. Kevin,
Oh, Kevin.
would you like to join us for a minute, or are you
Yeah.
busy? Kevin, what are you doing? You available for a chat? I can send you the link. We'll see if he hops on here or not. And then Amanda is planning a Valentine's Day show on Earth Radio.
On Monday?
Yeah,
I
on
know you
Monday.
had a cancellation or something on Monday, and
Yeah,
then
told
you
Ryan.
decided to do a Valentine's thing.
Yeah, told
That'd be
Ryan
cool.
is celebrating his Valentine's Day with his wife. So
Oh, okay.
might as well let him take the day off.
Yeah,
And
sure.
let me see now, and I gotta copy that again. All right, there we go. Now I can get it sent to him. Okay. I didn't want to send him the webpage about the moon. He'd be like, "What the fuck is that?"
Wait a minute. I got to have some more wine here.
That's right.
John's on his horse again.
Oh boy. Well, I made sure I got the right link in there for him. Didn't want to shock him. But yeah.
Well,
So we got.
It's too bad you can't join us because you are quite funny in chat room. I think you'd be a very, very interesting person to speak with. Did she comment?
Yeah, Oofy's
Shut
talking.
up, old man, and stop harassing me, or I'll call the cops.
Not yet.
No, not yet.
No, Oofy's pretty good. She'll get back at you in a different kind of a phrase. She'll be like, "What is she saying?"
Yeah. She kind of goes off on the shoulder there a little bit of the road. We pull her back.
Oh yeah. She has a
As
good.
we all do.
She has some good story time that she shares on Earth Radio shows. Ramon, if you haven't seen that Facebook page, you need to go on over to Earth Radio shows. And I think you already signed up, but I'll put it in here anyway. Or doing a little self promotion here.
Ron, are you using the camera on your laptop, or are you using the camera separate?
I am using a camera that's plugged into my desktop that sits on the screen.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So it's on the back of the screen.
Yeah, because this microphone on this headset and this camera in my laptop is crap.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, I have the microphone on the headset, and then the camera has a mic, but it's turned off. So.
Okay. Did Kevin say he was going to jump in there?
I don't know. I'm trying to talk him into it and see. If
all right. Well, I've got to jump out for a second. I got to let the puppies out, and I will be right back.
All right, go ahead, and I'll talk to myself. All right. So now we can see. Now here's what I can do with this. Since nobody wants to join me, I can make myself bigger. See. Now Ramon or Kevin didn't see my new badge. My new pen. This thing is 1.25 inches in diameter. That's pretty darn huge. Look at it compared to the other one. That's the original one there. So if you all want one, let me know. Quality of audio. What's going on with that? What's going on? Well, we haven't had, as far as I know, we haven't had any trouble on Earth Radio shows. Fun, friendly people there posting strange stuff about UFOs and ghosts and things like that. And yeah, so a lot of fun. And Tuesday night, if Kevin and Russ is going to do a show, we usually have a show that they do here, and they talk about Tuesday night bites, and they don't really talk about Tuesday at all. Russ usually gets talking about his cornhole championship. And no, it's not what you're saying. Well, is it sounding okay or not? Oofy, does it sound better than it did? And once I got everything working right. So anyway, Monday night though, Amanda's gonna have a Valentine's special. I guess her and Johnny are gonna do a show on Earth Radio on Mixler. And if you don't know that site, you can go to earthradio.com. I think Rowan has Mixler already, but you can go to earthradio.com and click on the player button at the top of the page, and then you can. Right now we have a live show going, but you can actually install the software if you don't have it, and get a download of Mixler app on your phone or your tablet or your laptop, whatever you got, and really, where is that at? Monolith, like the big triangle one that they've been seeing around the different places. Remember, you don't hear any more about that now. They had the big triangle monolith. He said, "Don't touch anything." uh, oh yeah. When did it all of a sudden appear, or did somebody deliver it to New York?
I'm back.
Oh, you're back. Okay, now I can bring you back on. All right, there you go. Now you're back. There you go.
There I am.
Oh,
Readjust this. There we go.
There you go. Well, you need this little either a tray that goes across your chair there. You know, you can probably make one with the wood you got in the shop.
Well, I've got a thing here, TV tray, but then I got to sit on the edge of the chair.
Right, but
And I
what I'm
can't lean
saying is,
back.
but you can get a flat piece of wood that sits across your arms of the chair, and then you can sit back and you can enjoy the keyboard and everything like that. You know,
Well, I
it'd
was
be like
kind of thinking if I continue talking on this thing, I'm going to get me a different camera and a microphone and a headset and set
there
up
you
a
go,
studio in my room and
there you
and
go. Then you can enjoy the
put it
chat
on
a
the table. Yeah.
little bit more comfortable. Yeah. Like I said, my laptop is mounted on the screen. I'm using a desktop right now, but when I get that laptop next week, that'll be different. I'll have the same
Yeah.
problem you're having, but um, uh, it'll be all right though. Uh, I could probably still use that computer though, and use my laptop as a secondary source. Anyway,
I don't know if you can see this, Ron. If I tilt it, right? No, can't see it.
almost. Yeah, I see it.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
got to back off a little bit. Yeah,
Okay,
you see the whole thing?
that's cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, I see it.
It's got the wolves and all that. That's some of
Yeah.
the stuff woodworking that I do.
There you go.
So if anybody's interested in different kinds of stuff, custom made just for you or a loved one, feel free
And
to get
there's
hold of me.
there's another website for Goofy shared with the planetarium type of thing, Planisphere.
Mm-hmm.
I'll have to check that out, Oofy. This will be in the YouTube chat later too, Tom. So if you go to Earth Radio,
Yeah,
YouTube,
I usually rewatch them.
you can
Yeah, I know
laugh
they're-
about it and say those guys got it all wrong.
No, I can laugh at myself. God, what are you doing on there, old man? Shit.
And then yeah, so she said it was on Amazon for $11.95. Okay, well, I have Amazon, so I can do that.
What's on Amazon?
The planisphere,
Oh, okay.
so we can understand the orbit of the moon easier. So she's trying to help us understand better.
Sorry, guys. I thought it was the dog that farted. It was me.
No, no. Dogs were laughing, and
Mm-hmm.
Pops did it again.
Yeah. Yeah. I got a little Yorkie. Come on, get over here. And she sleeps when the wife is gone. She sleeps right up next to my neck. Well,
Oh, okay.
sometimes the gases seek out from under the covers. And
Oh,
boy,
boy.
she takes off running.
They know better, don't they?
Oh yeah, that's not me. I'm not getting blamed for it.
Ramon One, yeah, I know him from coin collecting. We
Oh yeah.
would hang out
I
at
had
HQ
something I
Brian.
wanted to talk to you about.
Oh yeah.
I was watching some of your videos on Ron, and you were down. I don't know, where were you? South somewhere, gold prospecting with somebody.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you had that little sluice box, that 3-tiered thing.
Yeah.
How does that work? It seemed like you were using a lot of water.
Well, you're talking about the black cube thing, or you're talking
Yeah, the
about
black gold thing or whatever that is. It's called
is it the black cube square thing? That's a called a gold cube,
gold
and
cube. Huh?
and you run a recirculate. You can run a recirculating pump. You know, if you have a bucket of water
Right.
or whatever,
Right.
and you want to use about 1,200 gallon pump, 1,200 gallons per
Oh, it
hour
takes that much water, huh?
to get the right flow. Yeah. And what happened is it creates the correct flow for the water pressure on the slick plate and on the mats.
Well, I've got
Okay.
one of those automatic pans where the trickle of water comes down.
Oh
You
yeah,
add a little
yeah.
stuff to it.
And
I
it
don't have
turns. And
nearly
it
the
turns.
water that you got
Yeah.
going through there.
And then the other one that I have is called a it's a mini high banker, but it's called a piglet, gold hog
Oh,
piglet.
yeah.
And
Piglet, yeah.
that you can put right in the
That's
river, and
Right.
you
Let the
and
river
you
flush over it.
yeah. But I
As
mean, you
you
have
add
to have
sand
the
to.
pump running. You still use a pump to pump the
Oh, you
water.
do.
Yeah, into the box, and then as you're shoveling, I have a claw thing that breaks up the clay and everything.
No.
Okay, and then on the mats, what happens is the dirt all washes off. That's the idea. The dirt washes off. It's lighter than the gold. The gold is heavier, and the gold will
Right.
get stuck
Right.
in the mat. Okay. Now, it doesn't matter what kind of mat you're using, it's going to do the same thing every time when
See,
it
I go
gets
up to
stuck.
Lake Michigan and we dig black sand up there.
Yep, and
It's a
there's
lot
fine
easier.
gold. Fine gold up there. Yeah.
And you can wash that black sand a lot easier than you can, a mud or anything else like that.
Yeah. Well, down south in Ohio, they have mud and maybe some clay, things like that. A lot of work to work through, but the clay claw is what they call it on the box, and it goes over the top just like a claw. It sits like here's the box, and like sits this way,
Mhm.
and the water comes down this way. So the water comes down through this way. The claw breaks up the mud and the clay and things like that. The heavy stuff washes out the back of the box.
Right.
The lighter stuff goes down the trough.
The moss, into the moss.
Yeah. You got the moss on the regular mat set. You got the moss, and then you got the different kinds of matting.
Right.
The different kinds of matting depends on the flow of water that you want.
See, the
Okay.
problem up there in Michigan is we got to run a pump,
Right.
and they're up there. They have state parks and stuff along the shorelines, and they don't allow any of that stuff. So if you get
Right.
caught, there is a fine. So you better
Yeah.
hope you get enough gold that day.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Just to pay
Well,
the fine.
where I'm prospecting, it's on a private claim. So
Oh
you
well, sure.
Yeah.
If you got your own claim. That's
So
different.
I belong to the LDMA Gold Club, which is Lost Dutchman's Association, and I can go just about anywhere. At the LDMA camp, I can stay 14 days without having to move. So normally you're gonna find some kind of gold during that time. 14 days. On the GPA claim, which is the swank claim in Ohio, where I go in Belleville, Ohio, and it's 7 days you can stay camped there. But usually if you stay over, the people there, they ain't gonna really try too much. Many people are gonna stay.
Well, I brought back a 5-gallon bucket of that black sand. I was going to run it this winter, and I did some, and I got 5 flakes out of that 5-gallon bucket. I mean,
Yeah.
very little in there.
Yeah.
So,
But so now imagine if you went to a place that had more gold, though.
oh, sure. If you had some clinkers, that would
Yeah.
be nice.
Yeah. You know about my gold, right?
No, you never talked about it.
Never talked about it.
Well, you might have it on that other channel. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. What do you got
No.
there? Half ounce?
No, not quite.
No.
Maybe a quarter
okay.
ounce.
Yeah. Okay.
The cap, and then probably another cap worth above it.
Where I'm jealous is I watch these guys on TV up there in the Bering Sea sucking up big old clinkers, the size of your thumb, going up in there, and then some of them down there in Australia doing the same thing.
Now you see that.
Neat.
Oh, there's some
Keep
nice
that for a
pieces
rainy
in there.
day.
Yeah. Yeah, I got another one I'm working with. I'm working on trying to fill this little one up. Where did it go now? Oh, no, I lost it. That's money I lost. Oh, no. Somewhere up here. There it is.
Don't lose that.
I found it.
Okay.
Well, even this one right here, I got about. Doesn't look like that much, but there is some in there.
Oh, yeah. Now,
Okay.
how come you don't have the two put together?
Well, this one is actually for Star. I'm trying to fill this up for Star.
Oh,
What-
okay.
What happened was she had sent me some stuff for my enrichment, for my growth, for my spiritual growth. For what
Okay.
we've been working on, and she sent it to me for free. Didn't ask for
Oh.
any payment.
Well, now, wait a minute. I've sent you stuff for free. You didn't send me any gold. What's the matter? What's going on here? You didn't like the stuff I sent you?
I did, but I thought you got. I thought you gave that to me for.
brush, and I give my
Wait a minute.
UFO and
Wait a minute.
God
Didn't you
knows
give me
what
that
else
for
I sent.
Christmas or for birthday or whatever? I don't know.
Yeah.
She sent me this in the middle of the year for nothing.
Oh.
So.
Oh, I see. That's what it is. It's going to be the middle of the year for nothing. Okay. Ron, I'm going to have to cut us short because
All right.
I gotta go lay down.
All right.
I
Well,
can only
thank
stay
you
up
for
for
thank
so
you for
many
coming
hours.
on tonight and hanging
Well, I
out with
wasn't
us.
going to because I know Jesse wants to try to get on here and talk about UFOs.
I didn't expect to see him tonight because he had that meeting,
I
so
didn't
I was
either.
surprised. I was really surprised to see him.
And
So I was
Eric
glad.
kind of surprised me too, and I kind of glad
Yeah.
he did. 'Cause
And
I enjoy listening to
even
him,
though
too.
even though we had a little argument there, but that's okay.
That's just
we'll get
Jesse.
through
I
it.
mean, he argued, or that's just Eric. He'll argue.
Well, maybe
the
I am
sun
looking
comes
at
up
it
from
wrong.
the north.
All right, maybe I am looking at it wrong, but we can try to prove it with science
Oh,
if we
sure.
can.
Yeah.
And you have to check that you are not on anybody's claim to be safe. They're really good. Oh yeah, I know.
That's
And
the
that's
main
why
thing.
we go to the GPAA claims or the LDMA claims that are already
Well,
mapped
see,
out.
we can't do that up there because that whole shoreline is claimed by the state.
Right.
So you can go ahead and ask for a permit, a day's permit. They may or may not grant it. But if somebody is gotten a grant to run a pump that day, they're going to have stacked rocks on 4 corners of their claim, and they're going to have it marked with their numbers on it. So you better not not step into their turf.
Oh
You're
yeah.
in big trouble.
Well,
All right, buddy. You have a good night.
Yeah. Well, thank you for joining me and
everybody out in chat. Thanks a lot.
Yeah. It worked. I finally got the sound working and everything. I don't know what happened when we started, but we got it working. So.
Well, I didn't think it was on my end with the sound because
yeah, because everyone was hearing you and I wasn't. They were hearing you on Mixler too, and I didn't hear them.
All right. Good night.
All right. Good night. Thank you again. Bye. You just end it. Yeah, there you go. All right. So I'm the only one left. I don't know, Ramon. You don't have a camera, do you? Thank you for hanging out and chat and helping with the comments and asking questions. Yeah. So, yeah, like I said, I can't show you the moon because I have clouds tonight. So I can't show you that. But we're going to get the answer. Now I got something popping over here at the door, which is weird. You saw me look. So let's see. Now, I wonder if there any. If I play someone else's video, though, I'll get in trouble for that, won't I? If I play another channel's video, unless I get their permission, and I'm not going to do that without having the permission. Is there any free stuff that I can do that I could show? I don't think so. All right, now. Okay. So now Tom is up in Fargo area, which is about 6 hours away from me. I'm southwest. Yeah, I know. I don't want to do that. If there's any free, no copyright stuff that would explain that, that would be awesome. But yeah, we'll have to get Mark on that question and see what he officially says. But now, like I said, on my prospecting, I'm on the GPAA claim, which is Gold Prospectors Association of America, and I'm on their claim. If I'm down there in Belleville, Ohio, but there's no gold down there. There's no gold down there. Don't go down there and try to look for any. You got to be in the club or know somebody in the club if you're going to be there. So nobody can just walk in there and try to start prospecting. Somebody would be asking questions. And the other place in Arizona actually is called, I can't remember what the camp is called now, but it's in the southern part of Arizona, and it's the LDMA camp. All right, well, thank you, Papa Tom, for stopping by. And Ramon, it was really good to see you on the chat. I'm glad you're doing okay. I know last time we talked, you got into a fight with your dog. Glad that turned out well and you're able to get along with the day now. So, but, you know, I guess the dog won for a minute, right? All right. Well, anyway, I hope everyone's been liking my Ramon. If you haven't subscribed to my regular channel, which is just my name, please. Oh yeah, I thought you had one here. Oh, I don't. Okay, I have to do that in the other chat. I'll do that in the other chat, Tom. I thought I did that already. But okay, hold on. Let me check. Hold on. Don't stay in chat for a second, Tom. I can get it now. Hold on. Let me get the new window. Hold on 1 second. Okay, here we go. I'll mute that. Oh, I'll mute that. Okay, there we go. Hold on, Pop. No, Papa Tom, I get you right now. Add moderator. There you go. Now chat, Tom. Now say something, Tom. Type something in there. Go ahead. Well, hey, that's working now. All right. Ramon is, there you go. Now you can go to sleep. All right. There you go. I thought I already gave you one over here. Okay. Yeah, if you go to my other channel, Ramon, I do, Oracle cards, readings right now. I'm working on that. And, yeah, so if you want to check that out, and if you're interested in stuff like that, I do all kinds of stuff with that. I do tarot cards and I do oracle cards. Nobody, well, we had 7 likes. Okay, I better like it myself then. Okay, there we go. Edit video. Why would I want to edit that? We had a good time tonight with our arguing. I don't know if we really call it arguing, but we get a little excited about stuff, so that happens. Alright, so now what is that? No, that's full screen. Okay, that's subscribe button there. Okay. Okay, I don't subscribe to myself. I'm right there. Look up my other YouTube channel with my last name, with my regular name, Ronald. You might see me. I can add you on there as well, or I can try to look it up here. Let me look it up here. Let me change. I'll be right back on that one. Okay. Switch account. Okay. My other account. I only got 47 subscribers right now. Wait, now why is that on there? That's no my account. Your channel. Okay, there we go. Okay, here we go. Okay, here's my other channel then. I'll get that and drop it in there. I'll get that and drop it in there. Switch account. Art Radio. There we go. Oh, that's not the right one. Hold on. Your channel. There we go. Okay. Okay, now where's the chat? Okay, here we go. Here's my other channel, Ramon. That's my Ronald channel. And where I do live drives, and I think, yeah, there it is there. Please check that out, and you can follow me on my live drive. I always do live drive on this, on Ronald channel. I try to keep it separate from the Art Radio channel, and try to keep the card reading separate because it's my own personal thing. So check that out, and subscribe. I need another couple more subscribers on that one. On this one here, I have 494. If you haven't subscribed here, please do. If you haven't checked out my website, please check out my website at ertradio.com. www.ertradio.com. Check that out. And then, I don't know if Andy still has a chat room going there. He was paying for it, but he said not a lot of people were using it. So we got to get that thing going if we want people to use it. We got to keep it going, and it costs money to run it on the Rumble page. There you go. All right, I'll give you later on that other channel. I'll give you a wrench unless you want me to do that now. We can do that now if you want. If you're still over there, hold on a second. Let me switch accounts real quick. And that's pretty good. I can do that on this computer. Okay, hold on. I gotta go to your channel, which is the other channel. And then, okay, 48 subscribers now. Oh, I'm not live on this one, so I can't do that. Okay, never mind. Never mind that. I have to do that next time. We'll do that next time when I'm live. Your channel. There you go. Now I got it. Now I'm there. Okay. I'll have to do that later when I can actually do a live show. If you subscribe to me, just if you're not working when I do my show later, then get on there, and I'll give you a wrench when you're logged in. All right. All right. So I need a little more subscribers here. I need 6 more here to get to 500. And yeah, see that we talked about just about anything tonight, didn't we? Didn't really get any answers yet. We're going to have to. Okay. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and check out of here. It's been about what? Let me see here. It's been almost 2 hours. Hey, we got it. Almost 2 hours and we're done. All right, so thank you, Ufi, for checking us out and helping us out over here and on the other chat as well, keeping everything flowing well. And I'm not sure if we all understand everything about what we're talking about, but anyway, everybody gets upset on each side. But yeah, the water flows differently because of the minerals in the water, and the magnetic pole is on the opposite direction, opposite side. South, north, north, south. North, it flows clockwise. South, it flows counterclockwise. Okay? So, yep, it is, right, Oopie? All right. Well, tomorrow afternoon, after my morning show, it'll be about maybe 1 o'clock. I'll try to do another card reading. Okay, we went through the whole deck and we learned what it's all about. The ET Experiencer Oracle deck. Okay? And interesting stuff all about ET contact and past life contact, memories that you might have now brings you to understanding that you had contact with something or someone. And it's a lot of fun stuff. Yeah, thank you, Ramon. Yeah, and if you can have, if you got any websites that will show that part, you can definitely post them here or on the. If you get on Facebook, go to Earth Radio Shows. Don't worry about anything else. Just go there, or you can go to my regular page, which is my name. And but if you wanted to go to Earth Radio Shows and be in that. Yeah, but don't make me work so long. If you do that, I don't want to be breaking rocks at 4 o'clock and then waking up at 5 again. Or waking up when you put me back in my chair. Don't let. Maybe he can tell. Maybe is CT a he? I guess, or is it a non-gender type? Is CT a he? So I know in Star Trek they call the female officers, they call them sir. Why is that? When we were struggling so long to get the females to have their own identity, and as Starfleet calls the female officers sir. All right. Well, yeah. All right. I gave you the okay, the green light. Actually, what I like with that green light, though, here's what I like with that green light, Oopie, is I want one thing that I can remember that would make clear sense to me that what I experienced was real and not just a memory or a thought or a message or some kind of thing. I want to know that what I experienced happened in reality. Okay? All right? That makes sense? There we go. There's the right one. Okay, turn off that other one now. I'll turn off that one. So yeah, so with that green light, I want you to allow me to have one thing. Rank? No, the female officers. Ah, oopie, I did see some crumbs, but I thought it was from my pizza that I had. Oh boy. I'll have to look careful. I'll be more careful at looking at what I'm seeing. All right. Well, I'm going to turn this one off. That should be there we go. Now I'm back to the right one. I can actually see the other chat better. I don't know. Maybe I should leave that one on. So, yeah. So, what I want. Okay, like that one, I took a trip to a crystal planet that was amethyst. It was purple crystal, clear, beautiful crystal. All right. Now, I was able to touch that crystal and get the energy off of it. And I knew I was touching it just as if I was grabbing a remote for the TV, like this remote here, right? Or grabbing my cell phone. I knew I was holding on to that piece of crystal and getting the energy from it. So, in that visit or in that trip, then, Oofy, I want one thing to remember that I could share that only you would possibly fully know. The other thing would be that if I told anybody else about that experience, they might not believe it, but they would have no reason to question what I'm saying. In other words, well, yeah, maybe. It could happen. Okay, which it could be, and anybody watching this can now challenge that theory. So, you have to give me one special detail that I can express with anybody else by sharing a memory or whatever. Like, for instance, a while back, Star had drawn a picture. Andromeda Star, Starseed, different names. I call her Star for short. She lives in California. But anyway, she had shared with me a picture of a symbol. And I said, well, that looks like a power symbol, power button of some sort. And that just happened to be what it was. Now, I don't know why I knew that. I have no clue. But so now what I want from this experience, Goofy, without being injured or without any pain. Now, the last time I woke up after about 2.5 hours of sleep, and I felt like I was working all night. But anyway, in this case here, if we can get back without any pain and not have any injuries. And I just know that I did experience a real experience dealing with a different location. I don't care if it's astral planning or what it is, whatever you want to call it. Uh, anyway, we can look at that. Try to research that part of it. But you would know the one instance or one thing that I might be remembering, and you could share like the breadcrumbs you're talking about. All right. So, um, think about it. My intention when I go to sleep tonight is I know every night, matter of fact, I believe every night, I think that we all take a trip somewhere every night. And you can argue with me all you want. You can say that's not the right and proper Christian thing to talk about. Well, it's happening, so you have to examine it and look at it. And so, anyway, if you think about it, we can. Okay. Now, back to CT, though. Now you got that. Now that I got sidetracked with my thought. Back to CT now. Is CT male, female, or non-gender? And I don't mean that to be funny. I mean that to be serious. There are non-gender species out there that are neither one. So, is CT non-gender? Ah, Reverend M.J. Michael J. Carter is on the History Channel. How do you like that? I interviewed M.J. Carter a little while back. Reverend Michael J. Carter. All right. So, I had it right. Non-gender. Okay. And I don't mean any disrespect to that comment either. It's just a way to express or describe what I'm trying to say. I guess a toaster wouldn't have a gender, now would it? Uh, but yet we call cars female, like, oh, she's running hot today or whatever, right? Or a spaceship or whatever, What the heck do we do that for? So a rank female officer in Starfleet is called Sir. Why? Because of the rank? No, that doesn't make sense. Because Captain, um, what was her name on the Voyager? Uh, Voyager show. What was her name? McFadden was the name of the actress. What was the name of the character? I'm gonna have to look that up now, or somebody else can. But anyway, um, they would call her Sir. I never understood why. I was like, wait a minute, all those years you fought for uh, equality of the female gender, and then you gotta call them sirs. What happened to ma'am? What happened to was ma'am not a military enough? No, that's Dr. Crusher. Okay, who was the commander of the captain of the my Google search came up. Oh, it's almost 11/11 on February 11th. All right. I'm glad I looked at the clock. What do you know? No, I got that on Beverly Crusher. I know that one. But the commander or the captain of the Voyager, USS Voyager Starfleet ship, that was winged into another, or on the other side of the galaxy, actually. I guess they were in the same galaxy, but they were on the other end of it. And I can't remember her name. And Catherine Janeway, there you go. Thank you, Ramon. You got it. Captain Catherine Janeway. Yeah, one of my favorite characters. Besides Beverly Crusher. I liked Beverly Crusher. And I liked Catherine Janeway. Yeah, but they'd called them sirs. At least the captain. I don't know if they called Beverly. I don't know if she was necessarily a ranking officer. She's a medical officer, but I don't know if she was a ranking officer. Okay, February 2nd, 11/11. I mean, February 11th, 11/11. There you go. I always like to get a picture of that. I know, it's kind of crazy. It doesn't show the whole calendar on that one, but anyway, we know it's the second. I mean, the second month, 11th day. Yeah. So, yeah, Catherine Janeway, captain of the Voyager. But why are they called Sir? When did that happen? And then I was watching Next Generation with Captain Picard. They were going to the planet Omicron. That's funny. They can't come up with any original names for their diseases. I think they're fancy using the science fiction names, and they don't think we'd figure it out. Well, I remember I caught it though the other night when I was watching the Netflix show, the Next Generation show. So what was the one important thing about the Voyager ship that was not possible with any other starship? And then I'll give you a little interesting tip about the NGC 1701D, which was the Next Generation Enterprise, right? What was the trick about that one? Well, that one had the separating disc where the engine section can be a warship, basically, and the disc can save the colony or the people that are non-military, and for the most part, and they can crash land on a ship on a planet somewhere, right there. And now the thing about the Voyager, in case you didn't know, Voyager was the only starship that I know that could actually land on a planet. Okay. So, now the Voyager was not a battleship. It was an exploration ship, actually. It was a science ship in reality. And I think that's why the only reason why it could actually land on the planet, because they were a science vessel, not a warship. Now, the other ones that we know about are definitely warships. All right. Now, when you're talking about warp speed, we say warp 1, warp 9. Now, we take the warp speed as what we know it to be, how far light travels in a year. Okay. So, simple example would be one warp would be from the sun to the earth. One astronomical unit and that would be your one. I don't know. That'd be a light year, I guess, or how far does the light travel in a year? I think it goes beyond the Earth in a year. That's interesting. But anyway, we got to figure that out too. That's a good thing. We got to check on those numbers. But anyway, 9 times faster than the speed of light, which is 186,000 miles per second or whatever. Anyway, apparently our current abilities we can get for Jupiter in about 10 years. Yeah, warp, W-A-R-P. Warp. Well, because they're warping space, I guess. Yeah, 9 was normally the that's probably when they're going so fast that the ship was starting to break up. Hey, Amethyst, how you doing? I think I made you a moderator the last time. I think over there on the YouTube channel. My light just went out, so if you're wondering what happened there, it's 11:15. It's about time to call it a night here. I've been going. I'm live on my Mixler channel as well. We actually got it working this time. I'm shocked with that one. So it's working. Although now I'm just talking to myself, and no one else wants to be on here. So I'm just rambling about whatever I can talk about. Amethyst, if you didn't see my button, if you don't follow me on Facebook, please do. Follow the Earth Radio shows on Facebook. Yeah, here's my here's my new button that I got today that I ordered. This is a 1.25 inch. The description of the size, it says 1.25 by 1.25. Okay, travel in a year at light speed equals 1 light year, or just bend it short, cut, or wormhole. Ah, yeah, good point. Thank you, Ramon, Mr. Science Guy. See, now we have to have him on the show and talking. Yeah. All right, so we were having a discussion earlier about which way does the moon orbit the Earth. And anybody else can answer that question. Science, please. Science, not guesswork. Science. Show me. Yeah, if you want one, let me know. If you want a magnet and a sticker, let me know. I can send you one of each. I also have the mini button, which is on my hat here. This one here is the mini button. For the other button on the other side is my friend's other show, Into the Outer Realms. And but if you can send me a private message on Facebook or on here, I think you do the private comment, and but definitely on Facebook you can, and send me a message if you want me to send you. I got to send Jaron. I was waiting for the bigger buttons to come in to send him his package to do next week. So, because he asked for one, and then Ed and Dano and Jesse asked for a set, so I got to get them a set, and then they can show it off on the show. So that'll be good. And yeah, so now Ramon, from our sun, if you take the planets all in a line and line them out, would Uranus be the so-called last planet. I say Pluto, but that doesn't really orbit the same way. But would you think that Uranus would be the farthest for the light to travel? Yeah, Amethyst, do you have me on Facebook on my regular name? Or are you part of our Earth Radio Shows page on Facebook? Um, if you don't, you can go to Earth Radio Shows and sign up, and then I'll message you Earth Radio. So let me type that in here. Hold on 1 second. Apparently, Oopie's gonna be sharing some commentary about our conversation earlier tonight. So, right. So now, how far does the sunlight travel then? Oh yeah. Well, you don't have to be on there very much if you don't want to be, but we have a lot of fun stuff on our video Facebook page, and if you're on there and you want to start doing some stuff, it can get you connected on there. Yep. Oh man. So as far as it wants, right? All right. So what's on the other side of the sun? Now that's another comment, though. That's another topic. Remember the movie, The Other Side of the Sun? The astronauts went up and landed on the other Earth, on the other side. All right. So I think that's about it, folks. We're stretching 2.5 hours. I think we did good. Last person in comment is gone. Elsewhere is gone. Good night. All right. I'm going to go ahead and sign out of here, folks. Thank you for joining us here tonight. We tried to make it interesting. Hopefully, it was fun to hear us go on about whatever we're discussing or arguing about. And I'll find out the answer for sure. Maybe I am looking at it wrong, and I'll apologize for that if I am. And I'll say that now. If I do have it wrong, I apologize for that. And we'll get the answer one way or the other. And I expect an apology as well if I am right. So, same answer. I do have Ramon that says water drains opposite direction. Tom says he saw it flow opposite direction down the drain. And I know I saw it do that on the ship even. So that's just me. Yeah. Good night to everybody. I'm going to go ahead and sign out. I could sit here and talk for 10 hours apparently, but I'm not going to do that. Crazy, wouldn't it? That'd be a long video to edit. But anyway, we're out of here. We'll see everybody on the next one. And I'll do a live drive on my regular channel. Amethyst, I shared my regular channel and chat up there. If you scroll up, you can find it. And get over there on that one as well, which is where I do my live drives and card readings and things like that. So check that out too. All right. And why does it get higher from the west to east when it starts on the beginning of the month or the beginning of the cycle? Okay. And it rises about 15 degrees each night, or maybe 5 degrees or 15 degrees. But anyway, we'll talk about that later. I'll do more research. That flashing is a TV that's doing that, so don't worry. But now that's weird. What did I see there? I had that happen before. That's weird. I don't know what that is. Anyway, we're out of here. We'll see everybody next time. Bye bye.